Well, we're now just hours away from President Obama's first State of the Union address, the president laying out his agenda for his second year in office. Once the president is done, Virginia's newly elected Governor Bob McDonnell will deliver the Republican response. With us now is Tennessee Congresswoman and GOP Deputy House Whip Marcia Blackburn. Congresswoman, welcome to you.
Good to see you, Trace. Thank you.
Interesting. I noticed you said that the president should follow Tennessee wisdom, which is when you're in a hole, you stop digging.
That's right. A great country song that was built around that little thought. And indeed, we think that for the president to say, I'm going to put a freeze on part of the budget, well, you know, that's a good first step. But what he needs to do is to go further and say there is a lot of this spending that should not only be frozen, but it should be cut. And it is time to make those reductions. The American people have said enough is enough. Washington is out of control. The spending is out of control. It is time for them to focus on the economy and on jobs. And I'm not sure the president is going to deliver enough wisdom to backfill that big hole that we're kind of dug into right now.
Give me a few more specifics, if you would, Congresswoman, because I know the Democrats are all looking for something to cheer for tonight, as are Republicans. What specifically that the president could say would make you cheer?
Yeah, and you know, we would like to be able to do that because if he does well, it's good for America. We would love to hear him say it's time for government to live with less, that it's time for government to actually reduce. We would love to hear him say that the best economic stimulus is a job and that the focus needs to be on jobs. We would love to hear him talk about incentivizing small businesses, not repealing tax reductions that were put in place in 01 and 03, but making those permanent, doing away with withholding tax for a 3-month period of time, doing away with capital gains tax for a couple of years. All of those are good ideas that we have had out there. We've been working on those, pushing some of those, and we would love for the president to be receptive to those.
Yeah, and the policy stuff aside, I know a lot of Democrats, a lot of Republicans, in fact, Congressman Jim McDermott from Washington State said that instead of just talking about policy, he needs to connect with the American people, kind of steal a page from Bill Clinton, if you will, and let the American people know that he feels their pain.
Well, I think that even more importantly than that, it is for him to show the American people that he understands what is happening on Main Street. Certainly, he is focused on talking about what is happening on Wall Street, but the disconnect has been there with what is happening in small businesses, hundreds of thousands of small businesses across the country, and what is happening on Main Street, and he seems very removed from that. And the American people are saying, wait, he feels like he has an endless pot of money. Our debt is at record highs. Our deficit is at record highs, even by a percentage higher than it has been since World War II. It is time for the out-of-control spending to stop, and that's what they want to hear him say.
And Congresswoman, I've got to go, but I want to get your sense on how much should be spent on health care tonight. I mean, this thing looks like it's really in trouble. I mean, do you think it's all about jobs, jobs, jobs? Forget about health care, leave health care alone for the time being, like Harry Reid says?
The American people are all about jobs, jobs, jobs. You're right on that. And indeed, he would be well served to say, we're going to lay that debate aside. We're going to focus on getting our economy on the right track.
Republican Congresswoman from Tennessee, Marcia Blackburn. Congresswoman, thank you. I appreciate it.